You know how a lot of people say that being successful is a great thing? Well, it really is. Yet having a successful mindset is the thing that propels people to their ultimate success. Now, many of us get stagnated. So, have you been stagnated and stuck from realizing your dreams because of fears and uncertainties and your mind telling you what if, and you never move into action? Well, you don't have to be stuck anymore. You can break free from the mind's default framework of backing down and freezing on the track to success. When doubts and difficulties arise, I've got something for you. It's called Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life and Win. And this new book is going to help you to cultivate critical thinking skills and harness those thoughts that you need to take back your control of everyday situations and win. So come and get your book on Amazon July 4th, 2023. It's coming to you to help you enhance your mindset like never before. This powerful book is going to give you the strategies, tips, and tools that you need to really harness your thoughts, take the reins, control your life, because it's time for you to win. Hello. Welcome to the Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life and Win book launch. I am your host and your author, Dr. Lotus Riché. And I'm so happy today. I have some wonderful friends of mine that's joining me that I've had the pleasure of working with and spending time with and doing some amazing things around the world. And today I'm so happy to be sharing this special moment with all of you. This book, Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life and Win, was inspired when I was going through a difficult time with my mother as she was transitioning from this life to the next heavenly realm. And the tough thing was that I wasn't doing well in my body. My hair was falling out. I had like 3 bald spots in my hair, but I managed to cover it up. And my pigmentation in my skin was leaving me. I just was feeling terrible. And I'm sure many of you can identify with that because many of you around the world have lost a family member, have lost a parent, have lost a child. Some of us have lost jobs that we love dearly, that we were on 10, 20, 30 years. And then one day they came in and said, hey, we don't need you anymore. And it was devastating. Many of us have been in the military. I'm a Navy person, and many of us have been in the military. And when we got ready to retire, we really didn't realize how devastating it would be. But we made it through. Many of us have had homes or different things in our lives, and because of unforeseen circumstances and unfortunate circumstances, we may have lost our homes. We may have lost our jobs. We may have lost loved ones. But one of the things that got me through, and I hope that it gets you through, was the day when I woke up and I heard the voice. I believe it was the voice of the Most High that said to me, girl, you got to harness your thoughts. You got to take the reins, control your life and win. And then I didn't understand it. I really didn't, because I was like, harnessing. You know, when I thought of harnessing, the reins, I'm thinking of a horse. And I hadn't ridden a horse in years. I won't tell you how old I was then, but I was a young girl back in the day. And I remember when I got on the horse, they call it getting in the saddle. I got in the saddle and I was riding with my supervisor. Actually, she had encouraged me to go horseback riding with her. And so I went. And so when I got on the saddle, she was telling me, okay, Lotus, have you ever ridden a horse before? And I had not. And she said, okay, let me tell you what to do. And if you want to go left, pull the rein left. If you want to go right, pull the rein right. And if you want to go forward, tell the horse to get up. You can kind of tap it or what have you, and it'll go forward. And then when you want to stop, you can pull the reins up tight close to you. Well, we started out and things were going well on the trail. The horse and I were seeming to get along really well. And then something spooked the horse, and the horse started, kind of coming up, and I had to stay in control. And it's so funny because I have not told this story in years, but this book, Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life and Win. Just envision me being on a horse, or envision yourself being on the horse. And this horse is life. And you can move the reins to the left, or you can move the reins to the right, or you can bring them up tight to make the horse stop, or you can tell the horse to get up and go. This is life. This is your business. So harnessing your thoughts, it's a tool. It's a companion. It's a guide to help you to really harness your thoughts, to really take the reins of your life, because your life is up to you. But many of us give our power over to somebody else. But you don't have to give your power over to someone else. You can take control over what you can take control over. And so today, I want to help you harness your thoughts. I want to help you take the reins. I want to help you take control of your life so you can win. Most people want to be in the winning circle. And the winning circle means different things for different people. Sometimes the winning circle is just having a great family that you can talk to and you can have and you can share things with. Sometimes being in the winning circle is being in movies, or being on the basketball court, playing in the NFL, playing soccer, playing hockey, playing rugby. Sometimes being in the winning circle is being in the pulpit, preaching or teaching or sharing. Well, whatever type of winning life that you want to endeavor to have, you can have it. But you can't have it unless you harness your thoughts. And so today I have a couple of friends. They're going to be joining me from all around the world. And I can't wait to introduce them to you. They are miraculous people. They're doing miraculous things in their life. And they're here with me today because they want you to win. You are a winner. And even if you're thinking in your mind, Dr. Lotus, I am not a winner, I cannot do this, don't take it from me. Read the book. Get the book. This book is going to walk you through understanding who you are. No matter where you're from, no matter how bad things are. I was a person, I was raped at 6 years old. I could have gave up. I could have killed my life. I could have said, no, I'm not going on. But you know what? I kept going on. There was a time when I could not even walk without a cane or a walker. But I kept going on. And you know what? Because I kept going on. And I said to God, God, why me? God said, why not you? But I didn't understand it. And I was really offended. I was really offended when God said, why not me? I was like, what you mean, why not me? But little did I know that being able or not being able to walk without a cane or a walker or somebody helping would set me up for a come up to help other people. It led me, when I was in Japan working with people with substance abuse and mental illness, it led me to be more compassionate, to understand where they were coming from. It also led me down some dark roads too, to understand why people might want to suicide. I've been in them dark corners. But it also led me to a place in Atlanta, Georgia, called the Shepherd Center, where so many people, they had brain injuries and accidents, and some of them thought they would never walk again. And it led me to share my story. And my friends, Dwayne Walton, my friends, Artie Gibbons, they empowered me. They inspired me. And there's a great guy named Bruce inspired me. Donna Carlock inspired me. Angela Elton inspired me. And they helped me to tell my story. And my story helped other people. But I couldn't have told that story unless I harnessed my thoughts. Because I was saying, what do I have to give? What do I have to offer? I said, God, who wants to hear what I have to say? God said, who won't want to hear what you have to say? I'm sending you. And so there were times when I wanted to back down, I wanted to stop. And friends of mine like Dwayne Walton, you're going to hear from him. He would say, no, you're the perfect person. You're the perfect person. And we'll get into telling that story today. So as we get started, I want you, as you come in, please let us know where you're streaming in from. And once you grab your copy, grab your ebook, I want you to send me a message. And don't forget, when you grab your ebook, go ahead, open it up right away. If you do nothing but read the first chapter or read the foreword by my forwarding author, she's amazing. Kim Jacobs, the balance doctor of the Kim Jacobs Show. She helps us to be in balance. And so this is one of the reasons why I asked her to be the forwarding author on my book. Because this book is also about balance. And when you get yourself in balance, and it's not an easy road. When you get yourself in balance, it starts with harnessing your thoughts. So as we get into this wonderful hour of sharing with you, I want you to please come in, put some 10s in the comments. You're going to absolutely love what you're hearing today. Go ahead onto Amazon and grab our book. I am definitely looking forward to being a #1 international best-selling author, and I need your help to make that happen. So join me today. Help me to achieve my goal, and I will be forever grateful. And if you are someone that wants to come on the broadcast because you've got something positive to say, you want to tell somebody something great about harnessing their thoughts, let me know. Let me know. You can text me on my phone. I have someone that's got my phone. Text me on my phone, DM me, and I'll send you the link. And you can come on and share a great word. This is the 4th of July. This is the day that so many people celebrate. I want you to join me in celebrating, harnessing your thoughts, doing something wonderful for you, for your family, for those that you care about, for those that you love and that love you. And so when you come in, make yourself available so I can bring you up on the screen. I can shout you out, whatever country or city that you're coming in from. I want to shout you out because I can't do this by myself. It takes a tribe to stay alive. And so I want you to help someone else stay alive by harnessing their thoughts, taking the reins, control your life and win. We'll be right back with my first guest, Dwayne Walton. You're going to absolutely love Dwayne. He's a certified self-talk trainer, and he is joining us to help you harness your thoughts. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back.
Wow, the long wait is over. It's finally here. Welcome to the launch of my new book, Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life, and Win. Now available on Amazon. Join me at the book launch today and get your copy of this amazing book. This book will bring you and those that you love and care about great value. Go to Amazon or click the link in the description to get your copy now. Thank you.
And we are back. Welcome to Harnessing Your Thoughts ebook launch. I have my friend, Mr. My brother, my friend, Dwayne Walton. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing, darling?
I'm doing well. How are you, Dr. Riché?
I am doing so wonderful, and I'm so happy to have you here today for this amazing launch. And I know that you have gotten your book already, and you shared some amazing things with me about the book. So as we get started, I want to go ahead and bring our next guest in. But I'd like you to have a moment to say hi to our viewers all around the world. And folks, if you have not shared, please take your phone, take your iPad, take your computer, share this broadcast. You are going to get such great value from this broadcast today. So, Dwayne, let's talk to the people. Tell them a little bit more about who you are. And then after you share that, we're going to bring Miss Artie Gibbons in. And then we're going right over to Germany and bring in our friend Sharit Javid. Go ahead.
Yes. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody is having an awesome day. As Dr. Riché stated, my name is Dwayne Walton. currently at my office in Chattanooga, Tennessee, not too far from where Lotus and I first met. And I work in ministry. I do some consultation for churches, and I also am a certified self-taught trainer. So when Dr. Riché told me she was launching this book, I told her I thought it was so fitting that the book is launched on Independence Day. And I'm telling you, that book is fire, and it will help you gain your independence from negative thinking and things that are holding you back. So thank you for having me, Dr. Riché.
Thank you so much. I simply amazingly love you, and I'm so happy to have you here and to have your family supporting you on today with
Thank you.
sharing this time. So we're going to bring up our friend in Rock Hill, Miss Artie Gibbons. She's a show host, she's a speaker, she's a trainer, and she is absolutely wonderful. Artie?
Hello, hello.
Hey there, how are you?
Good, good. Always good. I'm excited.
Fantastic. I'm excited too. I'm so happy to have you here today. You're
Yes, so
coming in
glad to
all the
be
way from
here.
Rock Hill. The weather's looking
Yes,
great and you're looking great
yes.
as
Thank
usual.
you.
So
Thank
please
you.
tell our folks a bit more about you. And let's get right into it because we've got Sharik in the house all the way from Germany as well. You got the floor, Artie.
Okay. Yeah. Well, a little bit more about me is I am a motivational speaker and I enjoy motivating others. That I was just one day compelled. I kept having dreams. To make a long story short, I had dreams that and I saw myself, reaching out to others and ministering, and it was just awesome dreams. And I was compelled to start making moves in that direction. And so I did. And, from that time to this, it's not been easy, but I tell you, it's been a great journey because my main thing is living in your purpose. And that is highly important to me that we have a short time on this earth, as it seems. And, while you are here, why not live in your purpose?
Awesome. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So if you all are ready to live in your purpose, you're going to find out some stuff today that's going to
Yes.
help you live in your purpose. It's going to help you grow like never before. So I like you. Thank you, Artie. I appreciate
You're
you. So
welcome.
I
Yes.
really would love for all of you to also welcome my next friend that's joining me from Germany. He's a show host. He's a tech entrepreneur. He's an influencer and he's a media person all the way from Germany. Please welcome my friend, Sharik Javid.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello everyone.
how are
It's a
you?
Welcome.
pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. How are you doing today?
It's really great. In 2020, I got a chance to be a guest at your show, and then you returned the favor. You were the guest at my show. We have been following each other. A lot of things have changed, and we have grown, and we have helped others. And I am happy to be here to support you in this wonderful moment where you have your own book. And I read through the brief summary of it, and it looked really great. And I will also recommend everyone to order it, and I will have my copy delivered to me soon, and I will also read it, and of course, share the knowledge with others. So, bit about me. Originally, I come from Pakistan. Been here in for over a decade in Germany. Was an engineer, and now have my own company. But I like what the earlier guest said, that to have a purpose and live in the purpose. So, my purpose of life is to empower others,
Yes.
because many people talk about that they are successful, but very few are willing to share
Yes.
or share the
That's
knowledge. So
true.
that's the purpose. Anything we learn, we should help others. And there are many people who are poor, who do not have access to the modern education. And in this modern era, we can share the knowledge and empower others. And people who have no chance to get to the university, still they can have a very good living. So
All
this is
right.
my passion, and that's why I'm here, because this is your passion, I think. And all the three guests, I think, three people here on the screen, they have the same passion. I have the feeling when I heard this. So I'm excited to listen from all three of you and learn a lot today.
Fantastic. So thank you so much. So when when I sent out the information about the book, um, I figured let's do a show and let's share this with people around the world. So as you come in, I want to welcome you to the show. I want to ask you to please tag a friend and tell them to come on in. And thank you so much for joining the show. This is going to be amazing. After Dwayne read the book, the first chapter, he was in like the first chapter. He hit me up like right away, like, whoa, you know, and he said something. So later on, I'm going to ask him to share what he wrote about what he thought and about me. Okay. But for right now, I want to tell you this. Dwayne sent me some questions, right? That he wanted to make sure I answer. And Artie sent me some questions. And of course, Javid, you'll be able to ask some questions as well. And then later on, we should have the host of the Kim Jacobs Show. She should be joining us as she is able. So let's get right into the first question. This question is coming from Dwayne. Dwayne.
Okay, since the book is called Harness Your Thoughts, I thought I would start with the first question. What does the role of thought play in a person's life?
And I'll start off by answering this, and then we're going to do a round robin, and everyone will have the opportunity to answer that question. And you all out there, we want you to tap into the text and let us know what you think as well, because your thoughts are important to us and we want to share them with the world. So the first thing I would like to say about the role that thoughts play in a person's life are very critical. What you think about, and you've heard this said before, you bring about. If you think that you're sick, you will be sick. If you think that you are well, you can overcome and you can be well, right down to the cellular level. If you think that you cannot do something, guess what? Every instance, every occurrence, every situation that would cause you not to succeed will arise. Oh, but when you change your thought,
Okay.
and when you harness that thought that you can, there is nothing on or off this planet that can stop you from succeeding.
Wow.
So that's what I want to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to share with you. And here's one other thing. When you harness your thoughts, you can also harness the thoughts of others. Why? By reading books just like this, Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life and Win. This book was created because I went through something with my mother transitioning. And for many years, I read this book, Think and Grow Rich. And Dwayne and I, we're going to talk about that later because we did a Think and Grow Rich group. And so many of those things and so many of the gurus that I follow, the thought leaders, they inspired me. And so I harnessed their 30 years, their 40 years, their 50 years of knowledge, and I brought it into this book just for you. And so what role does thought play in a person's life? It is the life water for you to live in the stream of abundance. But everything starts with you harnessing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Right?
Okay. Now, I know personally that you walk with the book Think and Grow Rich, because from the first time I met you, you had the book with you. And I believe there's certain things that we do every day, and some of them are subconsciously. Yes. And one of the things we do is breathe. But another thing that we do is we think. And whether we're doing it consciously or unconsciously, whether we're awake or whether we're asleep, the mind does not stop working. Yes. And so I'm so glad that you entitled the book Harness Your Thoughts, because so many times, as you mentioned very early on in the book, there's chatter that's just going on all the time. And I'm glad that you address that, because some people don't know how to deal with the chatter. So
Yes.
I'm just gonna drop that nugget and say, if you have chatter that don't matter going on in your brain, you definitely want to grab a copy of this book. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I love that. I love that. Sharif, what are your thoughts? What does the role play in a person's life when they what does thought play in a
Yeah,
person?
I think so. That thoughts play a very, very crucial role in our lives, and it change our beliefs, perspectives, and it affects our actions. So
Yes.
it affects our emotions, behavior, and our decision making process in everyday life. So this is how we perceive the world around us. Because based on the thoughts that are going, and of course, if there are positive thoughts or negative thoughts, it affects us. If we have positive thoughts, it can lead to really personal growth, success, happiness. But on the other hand, if there are negative thoughts, it can really hold us back. So harnessing your thoughts really allow us to cultivate a positive mindset, and that's why I also say that we should definitely read the book so we can have a positive mindset. We can set good goals and overcome our challenges and create the life we desire, and also help the people around us.
Yes. Awesome. I love that. I love that. And as we harness our thoughts and understand what thought, the roles that thought plays in our life, I want to drop this thought on you. Go to YouTube, leave a message in YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Those of you that receive the information on Alignable, make sure you check us out. Send this message out to someone that you know, love, and care about. Send this to your frenemies, because your frenemies, if they start thinking differently and harnessing their thoughts, they may not be a frenemy anymore. They may be one of the best friends you ever have. So with that being said, what role does thought play in a person's life? Artie, what do you have to share?
Hello, I lost you for a few minutes. I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
Before I get started, I meant to say the way that I met, I call her Shay. I
Yeah.
met her a long time ago. We worked in the prison system together. And
Yes.
from that moment up until now, which has been a long time ago, that's how I met her. She was one of the most inspirational people I have ever met. And that's how we, continued our friendship. So now the question about harnessing your thought. Um, well, I think, the saying is we are what we eat. But I would like to
Mm,
say we are what we think. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And it's like
yes,
Shay was saying earlier, our doctor was saying early, whatever you speak out of your mouth, that is what happens for you. You ever seen somebody that it seems like negative things are always happen, like back to back, they're always having like a streak of bad luck? It's because that's
Yes.
what they're speaking. But you have to
Hmm.
bring what is the negative and make it a positive by speaking the positive. Some people, you have to visualize it in your view. You have to, just like you dream when you're younger about, the little girls want to be married and have a husband. I want to have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. You understand? And the man wants a
Yep.
wife and a family. You have to visualize this thing. And once you see it, in your mind, then things begin to happen. So harnessing your thoughts, to me, also, along with what everybody else said, brilliant speakers. You did an awesome job, Dr. Lotus, picking the speakers and what have you. I'm learning so much just in such a short time. But once you see, then you can begin to move. Things will begin to manifest, and positivity will come into your life.
I love that. I love that. That's so profound. So thank you. So we have question number 2. Uh, Mr. Dwayne.
question number 2 comes from uh was inspired by the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, that came out in, I believe, 2006. And of course, you know that Miss Byrne had to stand on the shoulders of Napoleon Hill to
Yes.
put this get this work out. But there was one of the authors, Mike Dooley. He always
Yes.
used this term: thoughts are things. And I'd like the panel to talk about that. What do you think that Mr. Dooley means by thoughts are things?
I believe that when Mr. Dooley spoke that thoughts were things, is that he was basically sharing that everything that was created and will be created, everything started with a thought, and that thought took shape. It's like my company, when we design logos or design a video for people, we bring them in and we talk to them. We ask them, what is the intention for your logo? What message do you want to convey? What feeling do you want to convey? Because see, they only have the thought, but they don't know a lot of times how to put it together. So we are the place where dreams come together and are cultivated and manifested. That's your mind.
Yes.
And your mind, once you can really craft it and frame it, it manifests into something just like this pen. It takes shape. It takes body. It takes being. It takes energy. And it takes up space. So that's what I think he means by that, in part.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes. So, Miss Artie, what are your thoughts? And then we can go right to you, Mr. Javid. And then, of course, we're going to drop the ball back into your lap, Mr. Dwayne, to answer that same question.
Okay,
Ms.
ask
Artie,
the
what are your
question.
thoughts?
Say that question one more time.
The question is, what is the meaning of the phrase thoughts are things?
Okay. Yeah, so to me, I guess I would say that thoughts are things, because for those that read the Bible and believe in the Bible, it speaks about, the Lord made the earth and how he made the earth. All these were thoughts that he had. And once he had it, he began to speak, which goes back to a spoken word, which goes back to the things that we say come from what we think. You know what I mean? So if you think it, then you can attain it. So as he thought, oh, how nice would it be to have somebody else, you know what I'm saying, just me and my family, the heavenly family host, now how nice would it be to have somebody else? And then that's when Adam came. And then when Adam got here, then how nice would it be for him to have, a wife by his side? So he took her from the rib. So yes, so I in my own mind, I guess I'm visualizing, to think it, also, cause it to materialize, because once you think it, you say it. Once you say it and you see it, then it becomes an actual vision, an actual thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. So may I? So based on, so I just heard you people, and I think so that this phrase "thoughts and things" emphasizes the power and influence of our thoughts in shaping our reality. This is somewhat attached to the first question also. So I think is the thoughts are not just abstract, but really possess energy that can have tangible outcomes and experiences. So in other words, the quality of our thoughts directly influences the quality of our life experiences. And that's again, this book is good because I think so, or the word actually is so good, that harnessing your thoughts, that we have to this word was used earlier, we have to cultivate positive and empowering thoughts, so that we can have really have the ability to shape the reality and create the life we want to have, with a positive mindset.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Awesome.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to add to this, and thank you for your comments, is that when I was growing up in Washington, D.C., there was a little pathway that we used to walk through in the grass. But when we first started walking that path, it was grass. But after days and weeks and months of walking through that same grassy pathway, immediately it carved out a little piece of dirt. And then we didn't have to walk on the grass anymore, because we had gone through over and over that pathway so many times that it now carved out a space. When we have a thought, friends, it does the same thing.
Okay.
And as we
Mm-hmm.
repetitiously think about things, it carves out a neural pathway in the brain, and like thoughts begin to connect with
Okay.
one another. So believe me, as Lotus stated in her book, when you need to harness your thoughts, because you don't want to create a negative neural pathway. You want to create a positive neural pathway,
That's true.
because every thought you think makes an impression in your brain. Thank
It
you.
does.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yes, that's awesome. So, to our number 3, Javid, would you like to read this?
Yeah. So, what is one exercise or technique can a person to do to harness their thoughts?
Fantastic. And we're going to go right to Mr. Walton because he sent that question. So we're going to start off with answers from him. We'll do the round robin and then it'll come to me for the last response. Mr. Walton?
Okay. One of the things that I really enjoyed about the book as I was reading, there were thought-provoking questions, and there were also exercises in the book. I love a book that gives you a call to action. And so one of the things that I noticed, one of the exercises that I noticed that was in harnessing your thoughts, was to imagine that, close your eyes and imagine that you are on a lake, and the lake is nice and placid. And then it says, imagine skipping a rock, and then just imagine the ripple effect. And I think that the practice of visualization
Mm-hmm.
is a great tool to
Yes.
use in harnessing your thoughts.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So who are you sending the ball over to next? Or who are you passing the torch to next?
I am passing the torch to Miss Artie.
I knew it. I knew it.
You was thinking it. That's why I came to
Yeah,
you.
we was it started from a thought, right? So
Yes.
yes. So I appreciate that. Yeah, this is the book to get because I mean it's this is a great book because everything starts from a thought, from a thought. I mean, just think, and this may sound a little, crazy, but even a person that is out, doing crime, I worked in the prison system, so I'm going to use that example. Even a person that is doing crime, it starts from a thought. From a thought, they make plans. After they make plans, then they actually do the act. So, and even like having a child, you think about it. Oh, I would love to have a child, and so you think it. Then you're married, and then you begin the process. So everything comes from a thought, and the way you think is pretty much the way that you live. If you see some people where I'm gonna go a little deeper, where some people, you ever notice like I get really into I'm around a lot of people who unfortunate situations, and
Mhm.
some of them their self-esteem is low and they feel bad about themselves, but it's all because of what they think. And a lot of time what they think comes from bad experiences. So the thought process, oh my God, it can even come, the way you think can also come from the things that you have endured, the things that you've gone through,
Mm.
whether they're good experiences or bad experiences. I'm
Wow.
loving this. Everybody is so good, but everything comes from a thought. If you think negative, because of bad experiences and you don't break the curse, then it will continue, sometime even become a generational curse. So the thought
Wow.
process is important because it's not, even though personally you feel like it's just you, no, it actually affects a whole family, even what all of us are doing now, speaking, and some of us have had ups and downs while we're doing what we're doing. And when you're in a leadership role, a lot of time you tend to sometimes take on things that others may not take on at the time, because you are deliverers in a sense, so yeah, so all of us, by us speaking and what have you, it all comes from the thought process. If we didn't think positive against the odds and the things that we go through while we're trying to get to other people and reach out to other people through our experiences, then that's how, it starts.
Oh,
Great.
wow. Wow. Power in the house. Power in the house. Wow. So, Javed, what do you have to say? And his first name is
Yeah, so
Shanique, but I'll go a bit.
I was thinking all the time. So luckily, I'm the third one in the loop, so I can get more time to think. But this is, to be honest, I think because these are because this is
And,
such
and
a,
let
yeah.
me say before you start, you are the third one in the loop, but we have none other than the famous Kim Jacobs from the Kim Jacobs Show, who is the 40 author here with us today. So
Yes,
once you finish, you can pass the torch to Kim. How about that? So
that's a
Kim,
good
Yeah.
idea.
what you're reading
Yes.
is sharing is question number 3. And
So I can
so,
read the question again. Question is, what
yes,
is one
yes,
exercise or technique
yes.
which
And
can a
then we
person
want
do
Kim to
to
introduce
harness their
herself.
thoughts?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So what I was thinking that maybe I'm not qualified to give this answer because this is like a difficult topics, and my wife, who is a doctor, also says that normally a qualified people should give these answers. But I have a gut feeling that often the environment also affects us. If we are around positive people, we try to go towards positive people, then also we start getting positive thoughts.
That's
If we
true.
are going through tough times, or the thoughts are also
Yeah,
being negative, and then it affects us, and we keep thinking negative also, because there
That's
are
right.
people who think negatively regularly, but I have seen people who are in very difficult situations, but they have so much hope. So
hmm
I don't know. One of the thing can be that we start writing a diary or journaling, so that about our thoughts, positive or negative, whatever is coming, and later on we can start analyzing in later part of the day or on the weekend, what were our thoughts, were it positive or negative, and if it was mostly negative, maybe then we should yeah reach out to someone for help, or I don't know. First of all, read the book,
hmm
because it says
Yes.
harnessing your thoughts, so we have to then do that relevant exercise. But I think now we have Kim. She can answer it better than me.
All, all right. Well, thank you so much for having me. Congratulations, Dr. Lotus Riché, for being
Thank you.
here today as we celebrate you. And I can see it's a room full of preachers and cheerleaders here. So I'm honored to be here. I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor, and I'm the host of the Kim Jacobs Show. And it airs Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring people on the show to talk about how they overcome some things in their lives to become who they are today. And I teach people how to start their own shows from scratch. So that's who I am. I'm a mom of 5, lots of hats, and that's why I'm called Balance Doctor. But in answering this question, what is one exercise or technique a person can do to harness their thoughts? Okay, I think that God gives each of us a certain amount of responsibilities and things that he trusts us with individually. All
Yeah.
of us are put on this earth to be able to salt the earth. And so
hmm
whoever is assigned to you is for you. It's no competition. Like
hmm
I don't look at anything in life like I'm competing against any other person.
Right.
I feel like what God
Right.
has for me, what God has for each of you is for all of us. And we can
hmm
collectively be able to utilize our gifts and our talents. So when it comes to
hmm
harnessing our thoughts, I believe that if we have an end goal in mind, which for me, my son is in heaven, and so I have a whole end goal in mind. I'm walking on this earth, leaving no stone unturned. I'm
Right.
determined that I'm going to
Okay.
live my life full, and I'm going to die empty, so that none of my gifts and my talents are angry with me when they
hmm
have to leave this earth, if that's the case, with me. I don't want
Exactly.
that to be the case. And Les Brown talks about that often. Live full, die empty. Let's be intentional about
Yeah.
what we're going to do each and every day to make a difference on this earth. That's all.
Right.
I love it.
Wonderful,
Then me
really
too.
loved
Came
it.
I
came
love
in
it.
with fire.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
I love
celebrating
it.
Independence
Yes.
Day here. I was like, what?
A mic drop already.
Already came in with fire. So
She
thank you
trying to
so much.
start something.
So yeah, she trying to start something.
She trying to start something.
So I think it's back in my lap. Is it back in my
Yeah.
lap?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm done
So-
speaking, or whatever they say on Clubhouse.
So one exercise or technique a person can do to harness their thoughts, for me, it was just getting still. Getting
Okay.
still.
Mm.
Our life is filled with so much hustle and bustle. We're moving from this thing to that thing, and from this fad to that new fad, to this new AI, to this chat box, and so many things are moving at the speed of light.
Yes.
But what about our dreams? What about our hopes? What about the very lives that we've been blessed to have?
Right.
A lot of our lives move at the speed of light because we're in the flow of everything else except harnessing our thoughts. And we're in that flow because many of us have not learned to get still. And many of us who have learned to get still, sometimes we get out of focus and out of balance. Ergo, this is why the balance doctor is here. And this is why she did the forward, because I wanted someone to help me balance. And I wanted someone to share a word with all of you around the world of balance and of peace. And the forward starts off with Miss Kim Jacobs, the balance doctor. And so the technique that we can use is to bring ourselves in balance and to harness our thoughts and to stop the rat race and the hustle and bustle in our brain that causes our behaviors to be erratic. Is to be still. Get still.
That's good.
That's the technique. And when you get still, you can be still even in your office with a whole bunch of stuff going on around you. You can be still.
Okay.
You have to harness your thoughts. I met a lot of people in prison when I worked in the prison system, and many of them had life sentences. They were told they would never get out. And I worked with one particular gentleman. He actually worked for me. I helped him to harness his thoughts after 21 years of being in jail. His father died while he was in jail. He was the only child. His mother was sick. He had nobody else to help him care for his mother because he was in jail, but his mother was sick. So what was she going to do?
Right.
So I helped him to harness his thoughts by getting still. And that's why I know getting still can work if you work it. Get still, have prayer, chant, read this book to help you become still. That's a technique. And if you do it over and over and over again, there's a report that says if you do something 17 times, it becomes a habit. Pick up this book 17 times. Make harnessing your thoughts, taking the reins, controlling your life so that you can win a habit on a daily basis. Not a fad, not the next latest thing, a habit. This will help you get still. There's tools and techniques in this book, and this is the technique that we are all teaching you, and we're teaching ourselves to get still. So I hope that has brought you some value. Great value. We have another question that Miss Artie sent us, and Mr. Sharik will be asking some questions as well, and Miss Kim will be asking some questions. So, Miss Kim, this is for you and I.
Okay.
Mr. Walton, would you like to read the question out loud?
And I'm gonna try to read this one. It says, while writing your book, do you commit to the finish when sometimes there's so many distractions? Is that what it says?
Yes. Okay. So I think what it means is, how do you commit? How do you commit? Okay. To finishing the book when there's so many distractions sometimes. Whew, that's a good question. So many of you know I had a lot of distractions in 2022. A lot of loss of life, family members, 20 plus family members, my mother, dear friends, Colonel Margaret Fournier, just so many dear friends. People losing their jobs, people losing their business. And I'm very blessed and fortunate to know people all around the world. And so I'm very connected to them from a heart-centered space. So you can imagine that when I would hear things, it would trouble me. And I was dealing with some of my own pains and hurts, and my hair falling out, and my bald spots, and my pigmentation saying, "See you later, Lolo." But I had to get still. I had to commit. I had to call on friends like Kim Jacobs and like all of you, texts and calls. And I had to ask for prayer to help get me refocused and to bring me into balance. And I had to recommit myself. Any of you ever start out on something and your heart is in it, your why is so huge, but there's some things that come along that rock you to your core? My mother did that.
Yes.
And it almost stopped me in my tracks, I tell you. But hearing my mother's voice over and over again, telling me, you live your life, you do this, you do that, and hearing the voices of my friends, Kim Jacobs, she was there many nights doing the prayer vigils, praying with me, over me, for my mother, over my mother, praying for my family, and many of you. It helped me to recommit, because a lot of times we start off committed, and when we're rocked to our core, we give it up. Because sometimes it's easier to say, I throw my hands up, I'm done. But it takes mental fortitude to stick with it. It takes harnessing our thoughts to stick with it. And that's what I had to do. I had to harness my thoughts. I had to harness my life. I had to harness my friendships. I had to ask for help when I needed help. Right? And that's challenging for many of us, including me.
It is.
I had to ask for help. And those things, asking God, the Most High, Father, Mother, spiritual energy, asking for help me to get in balance. And stay committed.
Wow.
And so I'd ask him, after a lot of thought, I asked him to do the forward on the book. And Kim has a very busy life, very productive life. I don't like to use the word busy, because busy is like a busy bee, but productive. She gets results. And I asked her to do the forward. And she graciously said yes. So Kim, you were swamped. But you took the time to sit down and do this. And I remember there were times, Kim, where you would call me and say, look, Dr. Lotus, I'm doing this, but I haven't forgotten you. I'm going to get this done. But also, I asked Kim, I piled some more on her plate. I asked Kim, would she read the book to help with the editing process? Okay. And she took that on among all the duties that she had. She had sick children she had to take to the hospital. She was dealing with her own personal woes. She had shows she had to do. She many of you know that she does a lot of work with a lot of celebrities and non-celebrities, helping Les Brown. Les Brown endorsed her, for many of the works that she does. And you've seen Les Brown on my shows. Les Brown is a very productive person. And so Kim is a productive person, but she took the time. So Kim, again, I thank you for being the forward, for joining this journey with me, for being my friend and my sister, my confidant. And thank you for being the forward on this book. And so I'm going to ask you the hard question. What kept you committed? Because some people may think, oh, well, forward is nothing. You can write it so simply. But it's really not as simple when you're dealing with a thought like this, harnessing your thought. So what kept you committed?
You know what kept me committed, Dr. Lotus, is that what I witnessed you experiencing as my friend, I wanted to show up and help and support you through your trying times. Like you said, it was a lot of death. You're saying it was back to back death happening in your family, and we're a part of a prayer group together. A big theory that I have is that if we are seeing someone that we love and care for going through trials and tribulations, then we should try to figure out they're in the picture frame. I use a lot of things that Dr. Les Brown teaches because he's my mentor, but he says oftentimes that, hey, you know, when you're in the picture frame, you're just in the picture frame. You can't see yourself. So it takes somebody else to see you and see what you may stand in the need of, in my opinion. And so what I saw you standing in the need of was just some help. You're like, look, this is something God had put in my spirit to do. And it's a long time coming, harnessing your thoughts. And you had all of the pieces of the puzzle there, but you just needed a few little people to believe in you and your dream and to undergird it and support it in some kind of way. And you have some great friends in the prayer group that we're a part of. Angie, you have people that care about you and love you and want to see you succeed. All of you all that are here on 4th of July, Independence Day, y'all believe in this woman. And so
we do.
That's what it took for me, is just taking the focus off of myself and my issues and whatever I'm dealing with and saying, what can I do to help somebody else in their time of need?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so we have another question that Miss Artie shared, is this one. So what do you want the readers of your book to know?
Great question.
You know, I'm going to defer that question to Miss Kim. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to answer that.
Okay.
But I think that for me, it was important to know what Kim thought as the forwarding author. What it is that she saw in me and being a part of this project. Because even the Bible says, where there are 2 or 3 gathered in my name, touching and agreeing, I'll be in the midst. I wanted to touch and agree, not with just Kim and other people I knew, but people all around the world. And I wanted to be in balance with the forwarding author so that she would share what she wanted people to have from the book based on what she knew about me, our relationship with others around the world. So Kim, I would love to have you answer that. And maybe if you have the forward in front of you.
I have it, yes.
If you would share that with our viewers.
Absolutely. It is my honor to introduce you to my dear friend, Dr. Lotus Riché, a remarkable global thought leader and talk show host who has poured her heart and her soul into her latest work. Harnessing your thoughts, take the reins, control your life, and win. I know I'm not probably supposed to interject here, but that alone right there will preach any message. If you just harness your thoughts and take the reins, control your life and win. Dr. Riché's ability to connect with individuals from all walks of life is unparalleled. Her latest book is a testament. She is a walking testimony, y'all. This right here is written stuff, right? But from my heart, this woman is a walking testimony that she can connect with people from all walks of life. And she knows how to speak the language. She knows how to adjust culturally to be in compliance. That's not in the forward, y'all. That's when we talking. Okay. Her latest book is a testament to her dedication and unwavering commitment to empowering others. You can't help but feel better when you are around Dr. Lotus Riché. If you say you have a problem with her, in my opinion, you are the problem.
Amen.
Okay, exclamation point. She has crafted a powerful message that speaks directly to entrepreneurs, showing them how to break free from the shackles of self-doubt and limiting beliefs. She worked in the prison systems for many years, but people are walking on this earth with self-limiting beliefs and shackles being bound in ways that we are binding ourselves. So anyway, and she helps people embrace the endless possibilities that await them. I wholeheartedly endorse Dr. Lotus Riché and highly recommend this life-changing book to anyone looking to take control of their life and unlock their true potential. We all have true potential, everyone. None of us, not some of us and then others, we all have a measure of faith. So, okay, let me go. Her words will inspire and motivate you to pursue your dreams, to step out of your comfort zone and strive for greatness. And I'm a firm believer. This is Kim, that God assigns people to us in life, and I'm grateful that God has allowed Dr. Lotus Riché and for us to be able to connect paths for such a time as this, to impact lives and encourage people to live up to their true potential. So in closing, yes, I do urge you to get a copy of this book today. Help it become an international best-selling book today. You know, the first day of launch is critically important. So what we do today will determine what status she has on Amazon. Also leave a book review. That's my forward. I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, and I'm done talking.
I love it. Thank you so much. What I want to share is that I want each reader to take a moment out of this busy life that we can really be productive in. Grab a moment just for yourself, just for you, not for your kids, not for your mom, your dad, your dog Toto, not for your organizations, whether you're in a sorority, fraternity, whether you're in the legislature, whether you're a police officer, whether you're a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, a baker, a candlestick maker, a show host. No matter where you are and what you do in life, you deserve to harness the one mind that the Most High has given you, to harness your thoughts, to really pull in your own control, to take back what you think you really lost, because you really, anything that's ordained for you is ordained for you. And some things that we're holding on to so tightly is the very thing we need to let go so we can make room for the real things that's designed to bless us. So, readers, I want for you to harness your thoughts so you can harness your life and be the winner that you are really designed to be in this life. I really believe from my heart that no one is designed to fail. No one. But we fail. Like Les Brown says, the problem isn't that we aim too high and miss. The problem is that we aim too low and hit. And primarily this happens is because we don't harness our thoughts. And so as a reader, this book is designed to be a guide and a tool and a companion to help you through the tough times and to help you keep on keeping on, like Gladys Knight says, through the great times, and help you keep on keeping on through the bad times. I realized when I wrote this book, after thinking it through and through, that it's just not for entrepreneurs. At first, I started saying this book is for entrepreneurs, but readers, this book is for you if you are the person that's raising some children. Raising children is hard. Raising children is hard. I was a good kid. I wasn't too hard to raise. Right, Mom? Right, Dad? Right? Raising kids is hard. You got to harness your thoughts, because if you don't harness your thoughts and you start cussing at your children and telling them they're not going to be any good and telling them they don't deserve the best in life, they are going to replicate your verbiage. They're going to replicate that. If you are a father and you're raising children by yourself because you don't have somebody to help you other than maybe your family, but in the stillness of the night, you're the one rocking the baby. You're trying to get their temperature down when they got a fever. This book is for you. Pick it up. When you feel like screaming and yelling, write in this book so you can harness your thoughts, so you can come back into balance and get back into oneness. Take this time for you, for the doctors and the nurses, the clergy, so many people, the counselors, they're coming to you. They're asking you for help. Who's helping you? Readers, this book is for you to take this time to harness your thoughts. In this book, there are techniques, there are tools, there are tips, there is guidance, there is companionship in this book that's going to help you. There are a lot of clergy that have suicided, and many of which maybe have suicided because they had nobody to talk to. There are many kids that suicided. There are many people that suicided. And as a suicide intervention trainer, it broke my heart to hear when a 6-year-old suicided. But if we had this book to harness our thoughts, we could help our children, we could help our clergy, we could help our nurses, our doctors, our lawyers, our garbage men, our postal personnel, our counselors, our trainers, to harness their thoughts. You, the reader, you can make a difference. And that's what I wish for you. To make a difference first in your own life. But you've got to read the book. You've got to harness your thoughts. You've got to harness this book so that you can help somebody else harness their life. So you can help first yourself harness your life. So when things get tough, you can smile when you want to cry. You can smile when you want to give up. You can, instead of throwing your hands up and say, I give up, you can throw your hands up and say, I commit to staying committed. This is what I wish for you. I wish the best of the best for you. I wish that you harness your thoughts. I wish that you take your control back if you think that you lost it. I wish that if you have control, keep your control, but keep it in such a way where you're not running over nobody, where you're not stepping on nobody's neck to get ahead, where you are dealing in love and coming from a full heart of love. There are tips in this book to help you get there. And for parents, go inside this book and look at the yogi that's in this book. How he lived his life to appease his parents. In his culture, that was the way. And I've been all around the world. And in many cultures, we work so hard to please our parents and we forget who we are. Don't forget who you are. Take this book and find yourself. This is a tool. And you can use other books to accompany you on this journey with using this book. And that's what I wish for you. That's what I wish. I mean that from the depths of my heart. And I hope this brings you value. So I want to pass this on to you, Artie, and you, Sharik, and you, Mr. Walton. What would you like the readers to receive from this book? And Mr. Walton, I'd like you to go first, and I'd like you to read to our viewers what you shared, because we're about to wrap this thing up, folks. And we want you to get this book, but I want you to hear from my wonderful friends. Dwayne?
Yes, thank you. So, well, immediately when I heard that you were launching a book, as the young people say less, because you knew I was going to be there. What some of the thoughts that I wrote in my review was simply this. I wrote that the book was powerful, practical, and provoking. And I said that Dr. Lotus Riché, she practiced what she preaches, and she does what she teaches. I mentioned how when you and I work together at the Shepherd Center, how using the techniques that now you espouse in your book, helped to raise both of us. Did you hear that, folks? She didn't raise and I stayed low. Both of us raised from practically entry level positions to
Yes.
executive level positions in less than a year.
Yes.
And this all happened because we came together in a
Yes.
mastermind behind these principles from Think and Grow Rich. But I want to, Dr. Kim, you said when you know Lotus, listen, Dr. Riché deserves all her flowers right now. The first thing is she always operates in a spirit of excellence in whatever she does.
Yes.
And she is a thermostat. Any room she walks into, the temperature goes up. So we're not
better
just here
know it.
trying to promote a book. You know, that's a tool, but it's the person behind the book that makes the book what it is. So just think about this. The book is called, right? Harness Your Thoughts, right? Take the reins, control your life, and win. The title alone is a formula for success. Number one, harness your thoughts. Number two, take the reins. Guess what? Most people look like they might be in control of their lives, but they haven't taken the reins of their life. Their life is out of control. And as long as you don't take control for your life, you will never be a winner. You may think you may be a winner externally in the world, but in your own mind, you know that you're living a life that you have not designed for yourself. So in this book, Dr. Riché takes you by the hand, lifts you up, walks with you, and launches you through these principles and practical techniques, not just to survive in life, but to thrive in life. And what I really got out of this book is that my life is my life. And until I live my life based on my terms, not trying to please anyone else, if I learn to master my thought and live according to what I want, according to what my creator wants, not brother, sister, mother, father, wife, daughter, child, right? Dog, cat, whatever, boss, I have to take control. And when I take control of when I take the reins back from what's ever been stopping me, when I start to control my life by designing based on my thoughts how I want to live, that is when I win. And as Les Brown says, it is not over. It is not over until I win, and you can win when you harness your thoughts, take the reins, take control, and live your life. You will win. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Artie?
Hello.
You like the readers?
Can I drop the mic now? Can I drop the mic?
You're going to pick it back up and then we're going to drop it again. Pick it up and then we're going to drop it again.
I'm enjoying this. This is so I'm excited always, and I'm so encouraged, by having others around that I can learn from you and pull from you. This is a blessing to me. I was so glad when she asked me to be a part of this experience. Anything I call her Shay, but anything that Dr. Lois asked me, she is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So what I want people to know from reading this book is that just like Dr. Baker was saying, she is a living testimony. I mean, what she poured into this book is her life. This is actually how she lives, from the first day that I met her. She don't they say practice what you preach. She does. She lives the life that she talks about, that she preach about. And the experience that I wanted to share was I cannot tell you how many times since I met her that I tried to I wasn't on a stool of do nothing, but I was like what's the word? I was, I wasn't going forth like I should have. You know what I mean? I was being lackadaisical. There were times that I would just, trying to stay in the background, and I'm not really made to be a background person. You understand? So for
Yeah.
those that, will really having a hard time trying to, get where you're going, I was struggling. I'm telling you. And when Lotus came into my life, from that point on, it changed, my life. So I want people to know that this book is life changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not just words. This is an experience. I want them to know that in this book that, you know, she is speaking of um, situations that she has triumphed. She is speaking of things that she's experienced and how she has triumphed, how she's came from the bottom and went to the top. That's her life, coming from the bottom up to the top. She don't stay down long, I'm telling you. And so I just want people to know me and her when we conversate, even if we're just texting, it's just like power pack, just like we are on here now. It's just power pack. I'm all excited. I am. So when right now I'm trying to maintain myself, like when we were in the prison system, you ask them how they doing, they say I'm maintaining. So I'm trying to maintain now, but I am so excited about all the speakers. And I feel, to me, in somewhat of an underdog, because a lot of you have a lot of experience, but I take it as a privilege to be amongst you and to be able to pour from you. I want people to know from this book that it is life changing. You have got to get this book. I promise you, it's life
Yes.
changing. So I
Yes.
want them to know that if you're struggling in life, if you're struggling with your purpose, if you're struggling trying to get where you're going, I don't tell, even if it's financial, even if it's mentally, even if it's physically, it really doesn't matter. If you are struggling, Dr. Lotus, oh my God, boy, I tell you, she's really something. She is really something special. But I want people to know through her book that it will change your life. You have to get it. Yeah. And it's not
Yeah.
even expensive. You can't say, well, I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Because, some of us, I ain't got it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Because everybody keep at least this much in your pocket. And so we call it our chump change. Everybody keep their chump
Yes.
change. So you can't say I don't have it. So it's made available to you, and I'm spreading the word on every platform that I have. She know all she have to do is say the word, and I'm there because I believe in her. Because I know I don't want to take up everybody else's time, but I believe in her. And I know that this is really going to be something special. It's going to help so many people like myself that needed somebody to mentor, somebody to come in and help them while you. And I wasn't ashamed, to reach for help. But if you move too slow, there was an opportunity after opportunity that I had, where she was trying to pull me along. And she saw my heart. She pulled me along. She was very patient with me. She's very gracious with me. So I want people to know that you can do it. You are a winner and you can win. Through reading this book, it's going to help get you there. It's just a beautiful guide to help get us to our destiny.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sharique.
Good, because now we are ending with the time. So from the start of the show towards the end, we build this that how our thoughts are impacting our practical lives, and most of us don't
Mhm.
realize how important our thoughts are. And then we always say dream big and take control of the life, but our thoughts are affecting it, and whatever is coming on the media, and everybody is just working daily life, robotic lives. So it's very important to take control, to have good thoughts. But how to have good thoughts? So this book is telling us, and the name is also so attractive: harnessing your thoughts. So for me, it gives the
Yes.
powerful tool how we can transform your life,
Yes.
because
Yes.
with this tool we can improve our thoughts, have positive thoughts, which will help our real potential achieve our goals, and create, as earlier it was said, to create a life with purpose and fulfillment. And it will not just affect us, but affect the people around us. So what I understood from Lotus is that she has included some practical exercises and strategies so that we can control our thoughts, and overcome the self-limiting beliefs. And she used the word, beautiful word, cultivate the positive and empowered mindset, so then this can help us navigate through the challenges. So for me also, I've not read it completely, so I have to get it. And all the viewers, I will ask them to buy it, because I think it's also very, 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 as she said, cheap price. Actually,
Yes.
I think I know her. She don't want to sell and make money. She just want to get this information, have some value. And
Yes.
everybody has.
Yes.
She is doing
Yeah.
her live shows over and over through the years.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Yes.
give the information, educating people, and it's a very, very small investment on ourselves and in our growth.
Yes.
So don't miss the opportunity. That bit I will say to others. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I want to share with all of you, many of us are going out today and we're celebrating the 4th of July. It's without question, if you read your history books, it says that the holiday itself commemorates the first time the 13 colonies officially declared America as an independent country. And even though the Revolution War wasn't won until 1783, we celebrate it as a symbolism of the declaration of, each year on the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the primary reasons that came into view for me about the 4th of July, why I decided to launch it on the 4th of July, because we need still to harness our thoughts, because although the 4th of July, 1783, is commemorated for liberties, people of color did not receive their liberties. People of color were still enslaved.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
For many years after that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so this book, on the 4th of July, I want you to harness the thought that when one person is enslaved, when there is racism and prejudice
Mm.
that still abounds in the
Mm-hmm.
hearts of
Mm-hmm.
men and women and children, even our animals. Isn't that funny? We can teach them to be prejudiced. You ever thought
Mm.
about that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
When there is inequality, when there
Okay.
is people who are still enslaved in the mind,
Mm-hmm.
we are not. How can we rejoice?
That's right.
So
Mm-hmm.
let this book be a part of change. Let it help to change the way you think about yourself. Let it
Mm-hmm.
be a part of changing the way you think about other people. It doesn't matter if they're
Mm-hmm.
from Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
Afghanistan,
That's
Egypt,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Persia,
Right.
Russia, Ireland, Spain,
Mhm.
Europe, Kuwait,
Right.
Australia, New Zealand, Puerto
That's right.
Rico, Africa. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Every person has the right to harness their
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, to take
Mm-hmm.
their own reins in their own hands so that they can navigate a life, so that they can win. And the way that we all win together
Mm-hmm.
is to harness the thought that we are all loved. We
That's right.
all
Mm-hmm.
deserve an opportunity and we
Yes.
all deserve to win. So I encourage you and I invite you to get this book,
Yeah.
because when you start cultivating your thoughts, this world is going to be a better place. Now, I know some
Mm-hmm.
people may not want the world to be a better place because that gives them certain leverage over people.
Right. 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 Right.
But I
Mhm.
That's right.
share with you, they only have the leverage over you that you give them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even in your finances, we get ready to close the broadcast for now, even in your finances, I want to welcome Sabrina Protic. She is a financial phenom.
Okay.
Sabrina, I want to thank you for working with me and sharing this broadcast. And I'd like for you to share with people from a financial aspect and also from an insurance aspect, because many of us don't even have life insurance
Mm-hmm.
because we haven't harnessed the thought that life insurance is important. To every man and woman is one thing that we must contend with, and that's to leave this earth.
That's right.
So we have to harness our thought to prepare for that. My mother transitioning made me sit down and write this book. So Sabrina, would you please take a moment as we wrap up and share who you are, share your thoughts, and then I see so many of you on my phone. Let me have it on my phone. And I know Kim has to leave shortly because she has a broadcast as well. But on my phone, I see so many of you. I'm going to call your name out right before we end the broadcast. So Sabrina, please, you share,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
then we'll take a
So
break.
I'm streaming out of Florida right now, so we take things a little slow, but I have been listening and I love all of the comments, harnessing the thoughts. All of you are professionals in your own right. You had my rapt attention as I was listening to you share your messages. So we all know that the secret to anything is the mind. The mind controls the body. It is the thoughts that control the body. So I'm a licensed financial coach. I teach people how to get control of their financial future, but it starts with the mindset. And someone told me yesterday, just about every application you fill out in life, I don't care if you're applying for a credit card or anything, they ask for your birthday. We're so used to it down there. Not one of them asks for your date of your death because we don't know when that date is.
That's right.
Can you plan that date? Do you know when that date is? So we have to prepare ourselves and our families. That means harnessing your thoughts. A lot of people don't like to talk about that as if it's not going to be a reality, but it will.
It is.
It
That's
is.
right.
Thank you. It is. So what's the date of your death? Do you know? We hope we don't know that date, but be prepared for it. Get your thoughts and your mindset that, listen, if I'm responsible, I got to take care of my family. My wife, my children, my husband, my fiance. Yes, sir. I got to take care of everybody. And how do I do that? By putting financial plans in place. And it's life insurance. It's a lot of other things that we need to do. Our financial legacy, put that in place. So harnessing your thoughts. And then I want to say this one last thing. If any of you are building businesses or building a team, you want to help them harness their thoughts so that your business and your team become stronger, because that's right. The weakest link in a team can take the whole team down. Find the weakest link and you can destroy it. So you want a strong business. You want a strong infrastructure. You want a strong team. That's why this book is not only good for you as an individual, but if you are a leader and you're leading teams, you want to get this book so you can help your teams harness their thoughts and become stronger. There you go.
Okay,
Wow.
good.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Get this book for your teams. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a mother, if you're whatever you are, this can help you. Get this book. Get this book. And so with no further ado, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. I want to thank all of you that's online, those that I can't see. I want to thank all of you. Many of you have sent me snapshots that you have purchased the book. So I want to thank you and ask you, please leave a review. Reviews are very, very important. Very, very important. I love that you purchased the book, but we have to go a step further. let's leave a review.
Mhm.
How is this going to inspire you? If you've already read the chapter, how has it inspired you? Who are you going to buy a copy for? Mere Tulakima from Australia, she did a video. She said, get this book and get a copy for somebody else that you want to support, that you know and love. Conversations, coffee conversations with Sandy and book talks. She's here. She says, hey, good morning, friend. Good morning. Please share this out. Please make sure you buy a copy from somebody, for somebody, and please buy one for yourself. This book is going to help you. So with no further ado, I want to say again to all of you around the world, thank you. Rosemary Sanchez, thank you. Thank you, Miss Tulakima. Thank you, Miss Shirley Murphy, Miss Powell. Thank you to everyone in the Miracle Prayer Group. Thank you for Women Reach Out with God Initiative in Africa. Thank you, Dr. Florence in Burundi, South Africa. Thank you, Women with Vision. Thank you to the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you to Sabrina Protek and Capital One, all the people in that group. I want to thank Crystal Richardson and all the women with WOII. Thank you so much. I want to thank Miss Noor. You know who you are. Thank you for all the great work you're doing. Thank you for helping me promote my book. Thank you for the Black Business Network for helping me promote my book. Thank you for Mr. Dwayne Walton for all that he's doing. Miss Artie, thank you so much. So many people. I can thank so many people. There's millions of people. Mr. Sharif Javid that came in over from Germany. Thank you so much. Thank you, Angela Elting. You are my rock. You are my support. You are my heart. I love you. Thank you to my family. Thank you to my cousin Elizabeth Ferdinand. Thank you to my cousin Anjanette. And there's so many people, my brothers and sisters, my nephews, my nieces. Thank you to my friends. Thank you for those of you that's became my family. Thank you, Dr. Freeland. It's so many people I could thank, but for those of you that you don't hear your name, know that your name is in my heart. Your name is in my heart. Thank you, BTBY family. Thank you so much. And so I again encourage you, go get this book. If you really want to help somebody, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. And know that in 2 weeks from the launch of the paperback will be out at the end of the week for you to get this paperback. You are going to receive, keep an eye on my platforms and the platforms of my friends. Keep an eye so you can join the masterclass. This masterclass is only $97. This masterclass is going to be amazing. And who knows, some of the people you see here in their excellence, in their brilliance, they may even come into this masterclass to give you a tip and a tool that's going to help you harness your finances, that's going to help you harness your ability to start your own show. Les Brown said, Kim Jacobs is the one to know. And Kim and I are doing some work, and we've been doing some work behind the scenes to help many of people that want to have their own shows. Who knows who's going to be in there? Mr. Walton might be in there to give you some tips and tools that he learned from yours truly, Dr. E himself. He's got some tips for you. Miss Artie's got some tips for you. We all have some tips for you. So with no further ado, Sandra M. Sanders, thank you for buying the book. Kim Jacobs, my forwarding author. As we leave today, would you pray us out as we say thank you, and we'll see you on the other side of harnessing your thoughts. Kim Jacobs, please. Turn your mic on, Kim.
Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you so much for this opportunity and the chance to be able to salt this earth. Thank you for trusting Dr. Lotus Riché, for the gifts that you have empowered her with. Thank you for allowing her not to be selfish, but to be selfless and to be able to pour out what you've instilled and put in her body and in her mind and in her spirit to be able to help other people be able to achieve greatness. Lord, we thank you for that. We ask that you bless each and every person that receives the book, regardless of whether they purchased it or whether it was gifted to them. Let them have supernatural favor. Lord, allow them to be able to have the ability to want for nothing financially on this earth. Let them
Yeah.
implement the strategies that you share with them. Lord, we ask that you just bless people to the point where they can point back to say that it's because of this resource that their lives were changed forever. Lord, bless every person that assists Dr. Lotus Riché in all of her endeavors, and build each and every one of us up wherever we may be torn down, so that we can harness our thoughts and be able to take better control over our lives. Lord, we have a birth date, we have a death date, but Lord, let our dash make a difference on this earth. In the precious name of Jesus, I pray, but I honor whomever name you all pray in. Amen.
Amen. Amen. And don't forget to join me tonight on the She Exists Network with Janelle Harris on the She Exists Network, and we will be chopping it up about harnessing your thoughts, take the reins, control your life, and win on the She Exists Network. We'll see you there live on Facebook. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Nice meeting you all.
Bye-bye.
Wow. I have had a wonderful time with everybody. We'll see you next time. Make sure you check out the Kim Jacobs Show. Make sure you support her and all the folks that you saw here today. Please go ahead and support them, because when you support them, you support yourself. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Wow,
Get
the
the book.
long wait is over. It's finally here. Welcome to the launch of my new book, Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life, and Win. Now available on Amazon. Join me at the book launch today and get your copy of this amazing book. This book will bring you and those that you love and care about great value. Go to Amazon or click the link in the description to get your copy now. Thank you.